public statement out of the FBI, and this one came without us asking. The FBI is concerned about this, clearly.
3rd District Republican North Carolina Congressman Walter Jones is weighing in on the debate over the release of the memo. He tells WITN News,
I have always felt that the strength of the democracy depends, quite frankly, on the fact that all the information involving whatever it might be, the American people have access to it.
2 people were killed in a house fire in southeast Charlotte this morning. 1 person died on the scene. Another died at the hospital. A dog also died in the fire. CBS News correspondent Hedda Doba says that the latest with the investigation into the deadly accident with the Amtrak train carrying Republican lawmakers to their annual retreat in garbage truck is available.
After a moment of silence, the Republican policy retreat in West Virginia went on as scheduled last night. It's the same retreat many GOP members of Congress were traveling to yesterday when their train struck a garbage truck in Crozet, Virginia, killing a man inside the vehicle. He's been identified as 28-year-old Christopher Foley. 2 top administrators at Pasquotank Correctional Institution, where 4 employees were killed during the deadliest breakout attempt in state history, are now suspended with pay. You're listening to NCN News.
We used to think all lung cancer was the same.
Now we know that each tumor may have a different genetic makeup.
Several different molecular types of lung cancer have been identified.
By performing molecular testing on a lung cancer tumor,
doctors can try to determine what's causing the cancer to grow.
It's a different way of looking at lung cancer.
Because lung cancer can affect anyone.
The young or old.
Smokers or non-smokers.
You or me.
Knowing the molecular profile of my tumor helped determine my treatment options.
Anyone can get lung cancer, and not all lung cancers are the same. Talk to your doctor to see if molecular testing is appropriate for you. Visit lungcancerprofiles.com to learn more. That's lungcancerprofiles.com. A public service of 6 leading lung cancer advocacy groups with support from Pfizer Oncology.
Weeks after a false alarm sent Hawaiians scrambling, there's been another failure in its missile defense system.
This time it was the test of an actual missile interceptor, which reportedly failed to shoot down its target. The Missile Defense Agency says it was launched from the Pacific Missile Range facility at Kauai, Hawaii, part of a joint project with Japan for land and sea defense against a North Korean attack. CBS News military analyst Jeff McCausland.
We'll probably hear North Korean propaganda in the next 24 hours, them belittling the United States. They frequently do that when we have failures like this.
Peter King, CBS News.
A Martin County volunteer firefighter is the latest victim of the flu in eastern North Carolina. Lieutenant Dawn Harrison, who was also an East Carolina University employee, died on Monday. Kurt Honnigan was a fellow firefighter and tells WNCT News,
there's not going to be anybody that will ever replace Dawn. Faith is the thing that allows us to get through moments where we have more questions than we have answers, and that's what faith is in and of itself.
The Trump administration has extended a refugee program for some Syrian refugees, providing them a safe haven in the U.S. as hostilities still rage in their home country.
The Trump administration has extended a humanitarian program allowing nearly 7,000 Syrians to remain in this country for another 18 months. The temporary protected status program was set to expire in March. Syria remains entangled in a bloody civil war. Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen says conditions in Syria justify extending the program, but only those who have been in the U.S. since August 1st of 2016 are eligible.
That's CBS's Anne-Marie Green. Auditors from Ernst & Young will be at the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction next week to begin an in-depth review of the agency's operations. Superintendent of Public Instruction Mark Johnson requested the $1 million audit. Mike Rayleigh, NCN.
Today's hits and yesterday's memories, WCAB Rutherfordton.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. President Trump will be in West Virginia this morning joining Republicans at their annual retreat. It comes a day after that train carrying GOP lawmakers crashed into a dump truck No members of Congress were seriously hurt, but one man did die. ABC's Aaron Katursky on the scene in Crozet, Virginia.
Police here said it was a passenger on the garbage truck, 28-year-old Christopher Foley, who was killed. The other passenger was critically hurt and the driver was seriously injured when the train severed the truck in two. 2 Amtrak crew members and 2 passengers, including Minnesota Congressman Jason Lewis, suffered minor injuries. Investigators are now looking at everything from the crossing gates and signals to potential blind spots or possible operator distractions.
Today could be the day we get to see that controversial House Intelligence Committee memo alleging bias against the Trump campaign at the FBI and the Justice Department. It is now in the hands of the White House. Here's ABC's Brad Wilkie.
According to Republicans, the memo will allege the FBI improperly surveilled Trump campaign aides. One of those could be Carter Page, an American consultant who was put under surveillance after Russian spies named him as a possible source. The Department of Justice continued to have him tracked. The memo is expected to say it based that decision on a salacious dossier. Allies of the president say it's proof the entire Russia investigation is based on fabrications. The FBI says the memo relies on cherry-picked evidence.
The ranking Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee, Adam Schiff, is accusing Republicans of altering the memo. A spokesman for the committee chair calls the claim bizarre. It's sentencing day in a Wisconsin courtroom in the so-called Slender Man attack. Morgan Geyser was 12 years old when she helped stab a classmate nearly to death. She is expected to be sentenced to up to 40 years under a mental health institution's supervision. And it's a rare sight in South Korea, the North Korean flag flying high. It's up ahead of the Olympic Games as North Korean athletes arrived early this morning. You're listening to ABC News.
Are you more than $10,000 in debt? Don't let the credit card companies bully you anymore. There are programs in place to help you get free of your debt, and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. Get free of credit card debt, signature loans, department store cards, internet loans, and medical bills. Total Financial Freedom has helped thousands. They're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, too. Don't go bankrupt. You'll have the right to settle your debt for a mere fraction of what you owe. Call Total Financial now at 866-844-7344. That's 866-844-7344.
It's time to join the millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Zoom gives you flawless video, crystal clear audio, and instant sharing across any mobile, tablet, or desktop device. But the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distractions, join the movement, and meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit zoom.us to set up your free account today. That's zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
A hard admission this morning from the mayor of Nashville.
Nashville Mayor Megan Barry says she's deeply sorry for the relationship she had with the former head of her security detail.
What I did was wrong. I should not have had an affair.
She said the affair with Metro Police Sergeant Robert Forrest Jr. began after she took office in 2016 and is now over. Forrest retired from the force in January. Mayor Barry apologized to his family and her own family.
I know that God will forgive me, but that Nashville doesn't have to.
She said she hoped to earn back the city's trust. Brian Clark, ABC News.
Thousands of people busted in San Francisco for pot violations over the last 43 years could soon see their convictions go up in smoke. The district attorney there, George Gascon, says his team is going to review every case and resentence them all.
It has broken our pocketbooks, the fabric of many of our communities, and we have not been any safer for it.
Talking about those pot arrests there, the move comes after California legalized recreational marijuana use. The VP at Monster Energy Drink Company has resigned amid accusations he sexually harassed 2 women at the company, and the Tampa Bay Rays have fired their team doctor after a woman accused him of sexual harassment in a YouTube video. Facebook stock is dropping after the social media giant said people aren't spending as much time on the site. Facebook says the time users spent there fell 50 million hours a day. This is ABC News.
Do you owe the IRS more than $10,000 in taxes? The government now has tax debt relief programs in place, and you have rights. Call tax representation today. Has the IRS threatened to freeze your bank accounts, take your home, your cars, and garnish your wage? We are the industry experts with negotiating with the IRS, and one of the very few that has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. We'll contact the IRS the same day, putting a stop to bank levies and wage garnishments. Call 800-295-1046. That's 800-295-1046.
I'm Sherry.
Have you noticed what's going on at Oakland Feed and Seed?
cheapest price in town on propane refills. 20-pound cylinder, $11.99. Forklift cylinder, $17.99. And the 100-pound cylinder is $55.99. Whole corn, $6.99 for the 50-pound bag. 10-10-10 fertilizer, $9.50 for the 50-pound bag. 17-17-17, just $12.50 for the 50-pound bag. Check with Oakland Feed and Seed for all prices. You'll find them the cheapest around. It's a generational thing. Your dad and your dad's dad shopped at Oakland Feed and Seed. Oakland Road, Spindale, locally owned and operated.
Looks like we'll see increasing cloudiness today ahead of a cold front, but we'll have a stiff southwesterly wind blowing as well, and that will transport much milder air our way. We're looking for highs to get into the mid and upper 50s across the area despite all the clouds. Then tonight, mainly cloudy with a period of showers likely. That should all be over with by the morning rush hour tomorrow. Lows in the mid-30s to near 40, and then for Friday, becoming mostly sunny but windy and much colder with highs in the mid to upper 40s. I'm Greg Fischel in the Weather Center.
We're currently starting out at 35. We were at 36, dropped down to 35, going to 56 for our daytime high with possibility of a scattered shower activity this afternoon. Now tonight, look out, and tomorrow it's a little crazy right now with the predictions, but mostly cloudy with rain and snow likely tonight. Lows around 33, wind chill value as low as 26, wind gusting to 15 miles per hour, and a 60% chance of precipitation tonight. And new precipitation amounts up to 1/4 of an inch is possible. And then on Friday, a chance of snow showers in the morning, clearing out Friday afternoon, partly cloudy Saturday night, and Saturday rather than Saturday night, mostly cloudy with a chance of sleet and snow. Snow likely early Sunday morning, and then freezing rain likely on Monday. So that's sort of the way it stands up right now. And depending a lot on the fronts as they go through, we'll keep watching those for you. Just don't panic. Just go ahead and buy you a slice of bread and get ready for it. Again, right now, it is 35 degrees. I have these death announcements this morning. Linda Gail Revels Dorsey, age 77 of Forest City, died Monday at Wendover Hospice House in Shelby. A service in remembrance of Linda will be held at a later date, and Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Service is serving the family of Linda Gail Revels Dorsey. Mrs. Carolyn Harrison Chatham, 82 of Jacksonville, Florida, died Tuesday. Those arrangements incomplete and will be announced by Washburn and Dorsey Funeral and Cremation Service. And again, that's Mrs. Carolyn Harrison Chatham. Alice Mabel Jenkins, age 85 of Rutherford, passed away Tuesday at hospice. Services are to be private. And Harriet Louise Jenkins Sherrill, age 82, passed away Tuesday at her home. And those services will also be private. Understand they were sisters. Alice Jenkins and Harriet Louise Jenkins Sherrill are sisters. Services are private and being handled by Crows. Elaine Simmons Paget, age 81 of Mooresboro, died Monday. A private memorial service will be held by the family, and Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Service has been entrusted with those arrangements for Elaine Simmons Paget. Nanny Dills Reed, age 89 of Forest City, passed away Saturday, January the 27th. Graveside service will be conducted at 1 o'clock today at Eternal Hills Memorial Park. Mike Mahan's Funeral Home and Cremation Service in charge of the arrangements for Nanny Dills Reed. Sonny Green, age 78 of Chase Drive, Forest City, died Monday at Spartanburg Regional Medical Center. The funeral service will be conducted at 2 o'clock today at Mount Pleasant Baptist Church of Forest City. The family will receive friends from noon until 2 prior to the service at the church. A private family burial will follow in Rutherford County Memorial Cemetery. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Service has been entrusted with the arrangements for Sonny Green. Ted Rudelsel Fry, age 85 of Rutherfordton, died Sunday at Hospice House. Funeral services will be at 3 o'clock in the afternoon today at Adelsville Baptist Church. Burial will follow in the church cemetery. Visitation will be from 2 until 3 prior to the service in the church sanctuary. The Paget and King Mortuary in charge of the arrangements for Ted Rudelsel Fry. Mr. Ronnie Steve Jackson, 69 of Shelby, died Friday at the Charles George VA Medical Center Hospice. A graveside service will be conducted at 2 o'clock today at the First Baptist Church of Bostic Cemetery. The Rutherford County Honor Guard will provide military rites. Washburn and Dorsey Funeral and Cremation Service is in charge of the arrangements for Mr. Ronnie Steve Jackson of Shelby. Phyllis A. Hoover, age 78 of Forest City, died Tuesday at the Willow Ridge Rehab and Nursing Center. A memorial service will be conducted at 3 o'clock Friday at the Chase Baptist Church. The family will receive friends 1 hour prior to service time in the church sanctuary. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services has been entrusted with the arrangements for Phyllis A. Hoover. John William Bill Lattimore, age 88 of Rutherfordton, died Tuesday at Rutherford Regional Medical Center. The family will receive friends from 2 until 3 o'clock Sunday at Rock Springs Baptist Church. The funeral service will be at Rock Springs Baptist Church at 3 o'clock Sunday, February the 4th. Burial will be at the Rock Springs Baptist Church Cemetery. Mike Mahan's Funeral Home and Cremation Services in charge of the arrangements for John William Bill Lattimore. Judy Robinson Jones, 76 of Ellenboro, died Tuesday at Cleveland Regional Medical Center. Funeral services will be held 11 o'clock Friday at Corinth Baptist Church. Burial will follow in the church cemetery. Visitation will be from 6 until 8 o'clock Thursday evening at Paget and King Mortuary for Judy Robinson Jones.
Are thriving, and Democrats are angry. Never forget what you saw, and don't doubt me if you didn't see it.
Hiring is important. People are what make your business work. But how do you find the right talent? ZipRecruiter makes it simple. One click sends your job ad to over 100 of the web's leading job boards. But ZipRecruiter doesn't stop there. Their smart matching technology will instantly alert quality candidates about your job. That means you'll start getting great candidates with the right experience almost as soon as your job is posted. No wonder 80% of employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. The right candidates are out there. This is how you find them. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
People from businesses of all sizes trust ZipRecruiter for their hiring needs. We're so confident ZipRecruiter will get you better results than anywhere else. We'll let you try it free. That's right, free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
With the cold winds blowing, do you have a message for Old Man Winter?
Can you get out of my face?
Just bundle up and keep us close. Today's hits and yesterday's memories. Family-friendly AM 590, WCAB.
Listen to Gilbert Talks Taxes live every Saturday morning from 8 to 9. If you have questions about taxes, taxation, or tax law, call the studio at 287-3356 or call me at 289-9300. I'll try to answer your question on the air.
Did you know that you can learn to catch a fish, build a birdhouse, sew a dress, grill shrimp kebabs, and travel across North Carolina in 4-H? 4-H is the largest youth development organization empowering nearly 6 million young people across the U.S. with skills to lead for a lifetime. Now is the time to begin your 4-H future. Call your local 4-H agent at 828-287-6190.
Is your child or grandchild pre through K, age 5 or under? Join us and let's kick off 2018 kindergarten registration with a bang. The main event is Kinderpalooza at the Carolina Event and Conference Center. February the 8th, Thursday, 4 until 7. All Rutherford County schools will be present at Kinderpalooza. Project Kindergarten. Not sure where your child will be enrolled or not registering your child this year? No problem. Join Rutherford County schools anyway for a great time this spring. Face painting, tech activities, magic school bus rides, mascots, and more. Can make it to Kinderpalooza. Join the fun, take tours, and see what it's like to be a part of the Rutherford County school family. At special events at each elementary school from February to April. The full schedule and details are available on Facebook and the website at www.rcsnc.org/kindergarten. Kindergarten registration begins February the 1st. That's today for children born on or before August 31st, 2013. It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide daycare services for an aging parent or loved one. Rutherford Life Care can be just what you're looking for. Rutherford Life Care offers adults a safe and fun place during the day for medical monitoring, nutritional meals, and daily activities. Rutherford Life is licensed by the state of North Carolina Division of Aging. Call them today and let them answer questions you may have. That's 288-1697, 288-1697. Rutherford Life offers a staff of professionals who show the love and compassion that you entrust your loved ones to. That's Rutherford Life Care Services, located on Thunder Road, Spindale. Again, that phone number is 288-1697. Well, there is a real possibility that we may get a few white things falling this weekend, so if you have not yet gotten your snow sled, head on over to Washburn Store because they have a pretty good selection. Starting at $8.95. Get yours now and be prepared for whatever comes. It's still a lot of wintertime left yet. And while you're there, go ahead and get some oil lamps and oil in case the power goes off. They have a good supply of that, plus a store-wide full of great things that you won't find other places except our own Washburn Store, our historically significant Washburn Store between Bostic and Sunshine on the Bostic Sunshine Highway.
In March of 1845, the United States annexed Texas. This didn't set well with Mexico, and then when Texas became our 28th state, it was just too much. With diplomacy breaking down, in mid-1846, President Polk declared war on Mexico. In battles, it wasn't unusual for Mexico forces to outnumber U.S. forces as much as 4-1. But superior weapons and battle tactics gave the Americans victory over the Mexicans. In less than a year and a half, American soldiers occupied Mexico City. Envisioning the possibility of additional slave states, many Southern politicians started calling for the conquest of all of Mexico. The northern states, not wanting the possibility of additional slave states, not only opposed the conquest of Mexico, they tried introducing bills saying neither slavery nor involuntary servitude would exist in any territories acquired by the Mexican War. On February 2, 1848, a treaty was signed in the Mexican city of Guadalupe Hidalgo. According to the treaty, the United States would pay Mexico $15 million, and the U.S. would take care of any claims American individuals had against Mexico by paying these Americans $3.25 million. In turn, the United States got almost 1.2 million square miles of territory. It included all or part of what is now California, New Mexico, Utah, Nevada, Arizona, and Colorado. Counting the money given to Mexico and the Americans, it cost the United States about $15 a square mile. Not a bad deal. You've just heard another story from Chronicle of the Old West. I'm Dakota Livesay.
We're being kind today to Ricky and Cheryl Petit, 42nd wedding anniversary. Ricky is the pastor over at Grace Chapel Church, and Cheryl is the postmaster over in Ellenboro. So we wish Ricky and Cheryl Petit a happy, happy anniversary. Now let's go to the phones. We have Sheriff Chris Francis waiting to give us a report from the Department of Crime Fighting here in Rutherford County. Sheriff, good morning.
Good morning. Did you say 42 years for Pastor Petit? He's been married?
That's exactly right.
I didn't know you could get married at 6 or 7 years old. That's amazing.
I was going to say, he certainly doesn't look old enough to be happy.
He does not. He certainly doesn't.
Neither does Cheryl. They both, they must be drinking out of the fountain of youth.
They must be. Very impressive.
Sheriff, tell us what's been going on.
During the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 149 calls for service. There have been 7 arrests processed at county jail. Currently incarcerated, we have 183. Among the arrests, Brian Lee Pruitt, 36-year-old white male of Ellenboro, was charged with probation violation, received a $3,000 secure bond. Joseph Nicholas Allen, 39-year-old white male of Greenville, North Carolina, was charged with failure to appear and received a $63,000 secure bond. Kevin Matthew Pruitt, 31-year-old white male of Forest City, was charged with failure to appear and received a $500 secure bond. Charles Dwayne Fielder, 21-year-old white male of Longdale, was charged with the violation of a domestic violence order and will see a district court judge for bond. Among the incidents, we had an assault with a deadly weapon communicating threats on Hines Road. That's where Charles Felder had ran another vehicle off the road, and he was taken into custody for that domestic violence protective order that he violated during this incident. We also had obtained property of false pretense, Piney Mountain Church Road. Someone exchanged a counterfeit $100 bill for a stereo. We had a found property, it was a pocketbook on US 221A, right there near the old bank. I believe that was a 9 West tan pocketbook. We also had ID theft on South Pea Ridge Road, where a person gave the victim's information to EMS, resulting in a charge for services that they were not responsible for. And, Jim, that's what we had to report.
All right, Sheriff, thank you very much. Are you ready for what snow we might get this weekend?
I believe I checked the refrigerator this morning, and there was milk there, and I'm sure we had some bread, so I am prepared.
Man, you must have been a Boy Scout. Be prepared.
That's exactly right. Well, I've lived in Rutherford County the majority of my entire life, and I know that's what we always do. If there's a chance, just speaking of snow, that's what we do.
That's right. Run to the store. That's right. Sheriff, I hope you have a great day. Thanks for the report, and be safe out there.
Thank you, and take care.
Bye-bye. 20 minutes after 7 o'clock here this morning, and we're going to our next phone call right after this.
Here's what our customers think about McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC.
I love my McCurry Deck Buick.
I love my McCurry Deck Chevrolet.
We love our McCurry Deck GMC. We guarantee you'll love McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC for a city.
I am definitely a McCurry Deck customer for life.
I love the price and the McCurry Deck Customer for Life Rewards program. It gives you up to $3,000 or more in rewards.
Take the easy drive to savings. McCurry Deck for a city. Discover the rewards of being a customer for life.
Here's Jessica now with a report from the Communications Center. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning.
Tell us what's been going on.
In the past 24 hours, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications has processed 440 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 52 for EMS, 14 for rescue, 149 for the Sheriff's Office, 51 for Forest City, 5 for Lake Lure, 21 for Rutherfordton, and 61 for Spindale. For the fire departments, Cliffside responded to a motor vehicle accident. Forest City responded to a motor vehicle accident. Spindale responded to a brush fire, and SDO responded to a structure fire. Assisting departments was Rutherfordton and Sandy Mush, and that is all.
Thanks so much. You have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
Bye. That's Jessica reporting in this morning from the 911 Communications Center. Well, when you look for a company for floor covering, carpet, and wood floors, you don't go to a plumbing shop, do you? Nope. You don't go where they have sinks and plumbing supplies. You go to a carpet store that's well-equipped, well-supplied. Well, Southern Carpet has more on hand, ready to install high-quality floor products that would do perfect in your home than anybody else we could think of. And nothing compares to their personalized in-store attention. Now, they don't follow you around like a little puppy dog, and they let you look around the displays, the samples they have in the store. They'll let you go out, take you out to the warehouse, let you look at some of the big rolls. They'll treat you like you're somebody. And I like that. Personal attention, but not overwhelming. You can check them out on the web, too, at southerncarpet.net or on Facebook. Phone them at 245-0310. But you better yet go see them and talk with them person to person. Answer all the questions you have about floor covering. 1512 West Main Street. That is Southern Carpet. Ruby Taylor is up next from the Danieltown Fire District. Ruby, good morning.
Good morning.
What's been happening over your department?
Well, the fire department had a structure fire. They were assisted by Rolton and Sandy Mush. And on my birthday calendar, I've got Mo Carroll and Stephen Cole having birthday today, and hope they have a nice day. And the signs are in the bows today and tomorrow. Jim, that's all I've got.
Thanks very much, Ruby. Enjoy your day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Stop into Save-A-Lot Grocery and save big money every day. Choose from a variety of name brand merchandise at incredible low prices. Save big on fresh meats, vegetables, pastries, frozen foods, deli items, and so much more. They are located in the White Oaks Plaza in Spindale. Hours are Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. until 9 p.m. and Sunday, 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. That's Save-A-Lot Grocery Store in the White Oaks Plaza in Spindale.
Did you know that Rutherford County's largest pediatrics practice has 5 providers to serve the children and youth of this area? And even better, Rutherford Children's Care is welcoming new patients. With 3 physicians and 2 mid-level providers, the group is available to examine, diagnose, and treat patients from birth to age 18. Rutherford Children's Care is conveniently located at 162 Commercial Drive in Forest City, just behind Big Dave's Restaurant. To schedule an appointment, call Rutherford Children's Care at 828-287-9325. 7:24 now. Let's head up to Romney and Ball this morning, and we have Greg on the phone to give us a report from up there. Greg, how you doing?
Doing
pretty good. How are you?
Doing great. Glad to have you on the report this morning.
I was glad to be here this morning.
What's on the report?
Not a whole lot. It's nice and pretty out this morning. See, we got 31 degrees showing on our thermometer here. But we're just sitting here watching that big pretty moon just duck down over the mountain out here. It's gone now, though. But haven't had much go on. We did have an emergency call in the middle of the night last night, some chest pains. I think that turned out okay. But other than that, it's been a real quiet night.
Good. Well, I hope the day's going to be that way as well. Nothing happening up there. We'll check back in with you tomorrow.
All right.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. 25 after 7 o'clock, we're being kind to Ricky and Cheryl Petit on their 42nd wedding anniversary.
One of the hottest things going on in automobile world today is the fuel-efficient Ford Escape from Sisk Family Ford. You get more value for your money with the Ford Escape, and you'll appreciate the comfort and the value in this remarkable automobile. Try one on for comfort today at Sisk Family Ford, and whenever you need top-of-the-line service on any automobile you own, be sure to bring it to the experts at Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
You have been hearing from the national accusers, and now you can hear from those being accused. No one is reporting their side of the story, and now you can hear the other side. Every Monday morning, Wednesday morning, and Friday morning at 8:30, you can hear members of the Word of Faith Fellowship tell their side of the story. It's very interesting, very interesting program that you can listen to every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning. The program is ongoing series paid for by Word of Faith Fellowship. And tune in tomorrow morning. This morning at 8:35 is Dr. Bob in the Blue Room taking your questions about living healthy naturally. Speaking of Bob, we got another Bob this morning. Bob Hodge up in Hudlow. Bob, how you doing?
Oh, just fine on this here chilly Thursday morning here, first day of February.
Yeah, it is. I tell you, you got your snow goggles out looking to see if we're going to get any snow this weekend?
Well, I hadn't went out and smelt and see how the air is, but we might get a little stuff there. You can't ever tell, so. But I hope the mountains keeps it up there.
Well, it may. I'm not sure exactly where this storm's coming from. It's sort of crazy radar out there, but we're kind of watching that. Was it Uncle Bud used to say, I can smell it. I can smell it going to snow.
Yeah, Uncle Bud, you could always depend on him. He'd go out and start smelling. He could smell the snow as it come in there. You know, old Bud Beckoner there, yeah. But Jim, up here with the fire department, no fire calls during the night, so that's good. And like you say, look like we don't get any out of this, and look like Sunday or something might be a little icy there. So we could get that, it looks like. So.
I don't like the sound of that now. I don't like ice.
I don't either. I'd rather have the snow and have the ice there.
Yes,
but
sir.
I guess we have to get what we get there. Ain't much we can do about it, Jim.
Not a thing in the world.
Not a thing in the world we can do about it there. But, Jim, everything's quiet up here this morning, and look like it's going to be a pretty nice day today. So if you're going to get outdoors and do anything, look like it's going to be the best day for the next 2 or 3 days. So get out and do what you can today. And
that's right. Go out and do some shopping and spend some money here in the county.
Yeah, just do anything there, yeah. If you got the money to do it with.
That's right, yeah.
Well, Jim, you take care and have a good day, and I'll be talking to you in the morning.
Bob, I appreciate it. Have a good day yourself, and I'll see you then.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
29 minutes after 7 o'clock. It is Thursday morning, and our next Tar Heel game is going to be Saturday, UNC versus Pittsburgh. That's a 6:30 countdown to tip off, and we'll have that game for you on Saturday night, UNC and Pittsburgh.
Your car only needs one place to prepare for the cooler months ahead. RS Speedy Lube, Railroad Avenue, Ruth. RS Express Inspection Station can get you back on the road and keep you legal. RS Speedy Lube Station has 2 lanes to get you in and out in no time. They carry wiper blades and will rotate your tires. Complete car care altogether, including transmission flush and car wash. Count on Chris and his team to take care of all your car needs. Make it your first stop. RS Speedy Lube Service Center, Railroad Avenue in Ruth.
I told my friend about Olmsted Plumbing, and boy, was she happy.
What did she have to say?
I told her to call 245-7302, and they would get right out there.
And did she say she would
I told her to ask around. Homeowners, builders, and everybody likes Olmsted. Eric and Chad Olmsted and their team understand the homeowners' needs, and I like that.
They have an inventory of replacement parts and specialized equipment and tools for any job.
I told her that, too.
Well, what was that number again?
245-7302. That's 245.
Yeah, I got it. 245-7302. Olmsted Plumbing. Now at 7:30, we're heading toward the Cherry Mountain Fire District, and Sue Price is on the phone now to give us an update. Good morning, Sue.
Good morning, Tim.
You warm over there? Warm and cozy?
I am. I'm warm. It's not warm outside, though. I started out at 28 degrees this morning. And a beautiful moon. It was so pretty. But anyway.
Well, that moon was big and full last night. Did you happen to see it last night before it went away?
I didn't.
Biggest moon I believe I've ever seen.
It was pretty this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. Had no calls from the fire department. I don't have any birthdays on my calendar. Fairview's got a birthday for John Henderson. And First Broad doesn't have anything on theirs for today. It hadn't gone into a new month. And then in my announcements, there will be a celebration of Abraham Lincoln's birthday. That's February the 12th at the Lincoln Center in Bostic. Be refreshments, cupcakes will be served, and then a hill tour will leave at 2 o'clock. So if you'd like to see the birthplace, that's a good opportunity. Hopefully the weather will be agreeable. And so far, that's the only announcement I've had come in. It's just quiet and calm over this way, looking for a good day, and I hope you'll have one, Jim.
Thanks, Sue. I hope you do, too, and I'll see you next time.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye. 32 minutes after 7 o'clock here on WCAB's Morning Wake-Up Call. Call Around Report continues here in just a few moments. The coffee, for most folks, is good most any time, but on days like this, when it's really, really chilly, cold out there, a good hot cup of coffee on your way to work or just because you like coffee is a good thing. But when you go to drop-in food stores and get that S&D coffee, my goodness, fresh and hot, and for only 99 cents for a cup of coffee, a 12-ounce cup for 99 cents. Bologna biscuits, only 99 cents. And if you like a lot of colas, they have a 15-pack of Coke, 12-ounce cans, only $3.99. 18-pack of Pepsi, $4.99. 2-liter Pepsi, 3 for $3. Visit Major Lee's Delis for hot wings and get those prepared for the Super Bowl coming up. Hot wings. Pizza, $9.99. Choose one or all 10 toppings at no additional charge. Delicious hot dogs, hamburgers, egg rolls, potato wedges, honey mustard or ranch chicken wraps, chicken strips. You can get it regular or spicy, or choose from many chicken dinner options anytime at Drop-In Deli. All fresh, never frozen. The Drop-In your hometown convenience store since 1981. So come on, drop in. $7:33. Brenda is unavailable this morning. She has the flu, so won't be bugging her for a while. She's got to recuperate and get rid of that. So we'll hesitate just a few minutes, and we make our clock run past the time to go to Union Mills and Ellenboro. We'll see if Luther Gilligan is wide awake here in just a moment.
Health insurance is complicated, and with healthcare reform on the way, it's not getting any simpler. If you've got questions, we've got agents. Your local Farm Bureau insurance agent can walk you through the changes and offer you the right healthcare plan with the right benefits for you. Healthcare may be changing, but our superior service isn't. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
The Recliner Center is happy to introduce new styles of Spring Air mattresses. Some come with the cool gel that you're going to love. Remember the days when you could flip your mattress? Well, Spring Air is now offering the flippable mattress. Check out these for a really great night's sleep. The Recliner Center is needing to make room for some new styles of lift chairs, recliners, and sofas, and you're going to get some special deals on the floor models and extra inventory in the store. Now, you always know you get the best deals in town at the Recliner Center, and now's the best time to go shopping. Check on the inventory of new recliners, sofas, and lift chairs coming in. Now, some of the styles have a new water-repellent fabric. Water beads up instead of soaking into the fabric. Leave it to the Recliner Center to offer you the best choices and best prices. Ask to see the new wall hugger style furniture. Hours are Wednesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 2. The Recliner Center on Cooper's Gap Road in Rutherfordton.
I'm sure you've been hearing a lot about the train wreck. The congressmen were on leave in Washington going up on a retreat and hitting the truck. I'm sure you've been hearing a lot about that. Well, our Congressman Patrick McHenry was on that train. He was unhurt, however, and one person in the truck was killed. Train carrying dozens of members of Congress to a policy retreat in the countryside. It slammed into a garbage truck. The garbage truck was on the track Wednesday, killing one person in the truck, sending several lawmakers and doctors rushing to help the injured. No serious injuries were reported among those on the train, an Amtrak charter that set out for the nation's capital, from the nation's capital, with lawmakers and staff. At least 2 people in the truck were reported seriously injured. Representative Patrick McHenry was not injured and asked for prayers for those who were hurt after the wreck. Got a word from him that he's okay, but he does request prayer for everybody that was there. U.S. Senator Tom Tillis also was on the train. He also was unhurt. I see Luther Gilligan's light flashing. That means he's alive and well and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning. Luther, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, too. I'm raring to go.
Where are you going?
I guess just drink more coffee.
Well, it's a good morning for that, for sure.
Yeah, and then I'll go to work. Do something. I don't know what we'll get done, but we'll get something done today.
Good.
Try to accomplish a little bit every day.
Good. That's a good philosophy of life.
Sometimes it is a little bit, but hey, then I mess it up, have to do it over. But it's a good day down here. It's quiet down here. There's more nothing going on. The fire department, they had 2 medical calls yesterday, and last night. Yesterday they had one at about 7 o'clock last night. And nothing else going on down here. Just cold. One we have birthday day, so Gary Wright's having one, and Matt Hooker's having one. Also Tracy Freeman's having one. And Samantha Wilson's down here, she's having birthday day. And Amanda Husticker, she's having one today. So hope these people have a great day and enjoy their day. Jim, you have a great day up there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Luther, I appreciate you being on the radio with us each morning, and you have a great day over there as well.
You take care.
See ya. That's Luther Gilligan reporting out of Ellenboro this morning, keeping his eye on the fire department as well as other activities around the Colfax Township. 38 past 7, and time for birthdays and anniversaries for this first day of February. We rolled by 1 month already. Can you believe it? Wasn't it just last week or 2 that we were opening Christmas presents? It seemed like it anyway. Here we are, February already. Valentine's Day's coming up. If you've not yet sent your Valentine card in, please do that so we can have your card. And you could be a winner of the Be My Baby Weekend Grand Prize. A lot of great gifts, including flowers, jewelry, candy, massages, and dinner for 2, and all those nice things coming your way if you're the winner. But you can't be the winner unless your card's here with us. So we'll have that drawing around Valentine's Day. It's Post Office Box 511, Rutherfordton, 28139. Post Office Box 511, Rutherfordton, 28139. Send your name, your sweetheart's name, and a phone number, how we can contact you should you win. And if you want to request your favorite love song, that'd be great, too. We'll be playing some love songs during Valentine, because we are the love station. And let's see, you can hand carry it by, too, if you don't want to mail it. I understand stamps have gone up to 50 cents now. Is that right? 50-cent stamps, unless you got those forever stamps. But anyway, you can bring it by if you like, and we'll put it in the box with the others. and hope you'll win some. The preliminary prizes are nice, but if you win the preliminary, you get to go back in for the grand prize drawing. All right, birthdays coming in. We'll get to those in just a moment. The entire team at Crow's Funeral Home and Cremation Services can help you with options available. They will help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved one. During this time, it's important to turn to someone you can trust and depend on. Crow's Mortuary and Crow's Mortuary and Crematory has a long history of trust and dependability. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory. That's 286-2304. Folks who have the Miracle Ear Genius 2.0 are bragging about it because it's a relatively amazing piece and relatively new amazing piece of equipment for those folks who need to hear better. It has advanced technology, the high-def sound quality that adapts to your surroundings automatically. Directional focus, it zeroes in on conversations while reducing that distracting background noise. It cuts out the embarrassing whistling that has occurred in some of the older units. Personalized listening, it allows patients to control sound from their smartphone. So it's an amazing piece of equipment called Miracle Ear Genius 2.0. Ask Lisa Terry about that when you have your free hearing test, and she would be happy to administer that for you. Doesn't take very long, just a few minutes to do that hearing test, and no obligation, no pressure, no cost whatsoever. That's Miracle Ear. Lisa's in the Forest City office on Tuesdays and Thursdays and other times by appointment, but that office is at 1512 West Main Street, Suite 102, right next to the Southern Carpet. So go by and see her and give her a call today. Again, that phone number is 1-828-368-4126. That's really something to crow about. It's the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's in Spindale. Get yours today. While they're fresh, they're good, they're delicious. It's Daylight Donuts. It's something to crow about. Happy birthday. Well, happy anniversary to Ricky and Cheryl Petit of Forest City. It's their 42nd anniversary, and Ricky is the pastor at Grace Chapel Church, and Cheryl is a postmaster over in Ellenboro. So happy anniversary to Ricky and Cheryl Petit. Sheila Sane is having a birthday. Had one yesterday. She works at Medicine Box in Forest City. Bentley Self is 4, lives in Sunshine. Charles Anderson, retired, lives up in Cane Creek. And Kelly Lovelace, an instructor at ICC. She's having a birthday as well today. All of these folks are happy. And Charles Anderson, Skylar Duckett, Mom Betty Reynolds, and Laura Brown all celebrating today. So happy, y'all. We'll find out who's going to win the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's in just a few.
Heart bypass surgery, once dreaded and thought almost impossible, is now frequently done not only in big city hospitals, but in smaller regional hospital centers. But one thing is considered very essential for a doctor performing such a surgery. At some point in the preparation process for heart surgery, the doctor asks for permission and even asks for it in writing. If the patient won't sign over his willingness to let the doctor do the operation, the physician won't even consider doing such a surgery unless it is an emergency situation. The doctor doesn't ask the patient to help supervise the surgery, hold the scalpel, or apply the anesthetic. He only asks for authorization. The same thing is necessary when God wants to do spiritual heart surgery on us. God wants permission. Too often we want to direct and supervise the process. We want Him to do only what we feel comfortable with and nothing more. We try to tell Him how to do His work. The result is that we put on Band-Aids or superficial cosmetic cover-ups that don't cure the problem. We need to give the great physician permission to take whatever steps are necessary to fix our heart. The psalmist David sought such a heart surgery when he said, "Create in me a new, clean heart, O God, filled with clean thoughts and right desires." This is Bill Hostler with today's Key to Confident Living. Scripts for these programs are available in book form by calling toll-free 1-888-333-KEYS.
And congratulations going out to our Daylight Donut winner this morning, and it's Kelly Lovelace, an instructor at Isothermal Community College. Kelly Lovelace will have a certificate over here for you. Stop by and pick that up, please. Next hour at 8:35, Dr. Bob will be holding office hours here in the Blue Room, taking your questions about your health, what's ailing you, and what's causing it, and what does he recommend. You can call your questions in now if you like at 287-3356, and we take the questions to Dr. Bob in order that they're called in. It's 287-3356. For questions for Dr. Bob, call those in now. My kid side's coming out.
In the woods there was a tree, the prettiest tree you ever did see. And the tree was in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And on that tree there was a limb, the prettiest limb that you ever did see. And the limb was on the tree, and the tree was in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And on that limb there was a tree was in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And on that branch there was a nest, the prettiest nest that you ever did see. And the nest was on the branch, and the branch was on the limb, and the limb was on the tree, and the tree was in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And in that nest there was an egg, the prettiest egg that you ever did see. And the egg was in the nest, and the nest was on the branch, and the branch was on the limb, and the limb was on the tree, and the tree was in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And in that egg there was a bird, the prettiest bird that you ever did see. And the bird was in the egg, and the egg was in the nest, and the nest was on the branch, and the branch was on the limb, and the limb was on the tree, and the tree was in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. There's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a log in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a log in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a frog on the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a frog on the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a fly on the frog on the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a fly on the frog on the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a wing on the fly on the frog on the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a wing on the fly on the frog on the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a flea on the wing on the fly on the frog on the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a flea on the wing on the fly on the frog on the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the sea. Now old Mr. Johnson had troubles of his own. He had a yellow cat who wouldn't leave his home. He tried and he tried to give the cat away. He gave it to a man going far, far away. Meow! But the cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. They thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. He just couldn't stay away. Now the man around the corner swore he'd kill the cat on sight. He loaded up his shotgun with nails and dynamite. He waited and he waited for the cat to come around. 97 pieces of the man is all he found. Meow. But the cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. They thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. He just couldn't stay away. He gave it to a man going up in a balloon. He told him to take it to the man in the moon. The balloon came down about 90 miles away. Where the man is now, well, I dare not say. Meow. But the cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. They thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. He just couldn't stay away. He gave it to a man going way out west. train hit the track, then it jumped the rail. Not a soul was left behind to tell the gruesome tale. Meow. But the cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. They thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. He just
Representative Adam Schiff says a classified memo about surveillance of the Trump campaign was altered before being sent to the White House for review before its intended release by the Republican majority on the committee. Republicans are pushing back, asserting only minor edits had been made to the memo. More from CBS's Major Garrett at the White House.
House Republicans drafted this memo by themselves, altering the long-standing bipartisan tradition of the Intelligence Committee. No one here or on Capitol Hill will say if this White House participated in any way in drafting of the memo. Either way, it could be released as early as today.
The White House is confirming one fatality and 2 serious injuries after a chartered train carrying Republican lawmakers to a retreat in West Virginia hit a garbage truck. There are no serious injuries among members of Congress or congressional staff. North Carolina Congressman Robert Pittenger and Senator Tom Tillis were on board. Pittenger tells WREL-TV.
Yeah, well, it was a shock. Took him a couple of minutes before we began to obviously start looking out our windows and see what the issue might be, and we saw this huge amount of trash.
2 people were killed in a house fire in southeast Charlotte this morning. 1 person died on the scene and another died at a hospital. A dog also died in the fire. At least one school leader welcomes charter schools and other alternatives because he says they keep him, his teachers, and principals on their toes. Johnston County's school superintendent, Ross Renfro, says it's important for schools to figure out ways to improve.
It's the competition, knowing that there is another entity there that says, we think we can do this better than you're doing. So that's what motivates me.
Police in Greensboro responding to an assault report discovered 1 man shot to death, another person injured. Police say 28-year-old Lamar Nevius of Greensboro was declared dead at the scene. You're listening to NCN News.
Hi, I'm Brett Michaels for the American Diabetes Association. Diabetes is a constant battle. Testing, treating, fighting to live a normal life. I know, I've had diabetes since I was 6 years old. A lot of people don't think it's deadly, but diabetes kills more Americans each year than breast cancer and AIDS combined. It's been called a silent epidemic, and without your help, it will keep getting worse. Please join me in the movement to stop diabetes. Share your passion and your story. Get involved in local events like the Tour de Cure or the Step Out Walk. Learn how you can better manage this disease or reduce your odds of developing it. And give what you can to help us spread the word and fund programs like the Diabetes Camps for Kids and research to find a cure. Join the movement at StopDiabetes.com. Help us fight a deadly disease that shortens and burdens the lives of millions of Americans. Together, we can stop diabetes.
Olympic athletes may be getting some unexpected company in South Korea for the games starting next week.
An arbitration court has overturned lifetime bans for doping at the 2014 Games for 28 Russian athletes. The court also reinstated 7 Russian medals from the Sochi Olympics. The Court of Arbitration for Sport says it upheld the athletes' appeals because of insufficient evidence. The athletes competed in bobsled, skeleton, cross-country skiing, speed skating, and women's hockey. Russia is filing legal papers so those athletes can compete in South Korea. Peter King, CBS News.
As the nation grapples with a widespread flu outbreak and states continue to see spikes in flu activity, some pharmacies throughout North Carolina are struggling to keep up with the demand of an antiviral drug, Tamiflu. Dr. Joy Green, High Point University professor of pharmacy, tells Spectrum News you can get some help from elderberry.
That product also has some data behind it as well. It mainly will decrease your congestion and can help you feel better, but you want to also be careful. There are some drug interactions, some side effects that go along with elderberry as well.
Levels of Gen X were measured at 16 times higher than the recommended health goal at Chemours Fayetteville work site in December. That information was released by the Cape Fear Public Utility Authority on Wednesday. Monopoly is coming out with a version of its classic board game just for cheaters.
Hasbro says cheating will be part of the rules, with 15 new cheat cards, a tiny pair of handcuffs, as well as heavy consequences and rewards for each dishonest act. The company's senior vice president says the idea came from a recent poll that showed about half of all Monopoly players have tried to cheat while playing. Monopoly, the Cheaters Edition, is due out this fall. It'll sell for $20. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Get your message to the thousands. Call the WCAB Sales Department today at 287-3356.
The investigation continues this morning into the collision of a train carrying Republican members of Congress and a dump truck. One person was killed, but many lawmakers were seriously hurt. ABC's Aaron Katursky is on the scene in Crossover, Virginia.
The crash site is littered with trash. The contents of the garbage truck that entered the railroad crossing and looked to be cut in half from the impact of the Amtrak train carrying GOP lawmakers. The NTSB's Neil Wayner said investigators would examine whether the crossing gate had malfunctioned.
We'll be looking at the safety of the grade crossing. That would include lights, arms, signals.
There was a prior accident at this same crossing almost 2 decades ago, but this one was fatal, killing a passenger in the trash truck. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, Crozet, Virginia.
The train was taking the lawmakers to a GOP retreat. President Trump will be there this morning. Today could be the day the White House releases a memo drafted by House Intelligence Committee Republicans alleging the Justice Department and FBI of bias against the Trump campaign.
This memo was already in unprecedented territory. Republicans on the House Intelligence Committee invoked a rule that had never been used before to send it to the president's desk. The FBI issued a rare public statement claiming grave concerns about its accuracy. Democrats say their own memo has the rest of the story, but Republicans have refused to release it until Congress can review it. Now, Democrat Adam Schiff says House Intelligence Chair Devin Nunes made last-minute changes to his memo, meaning the president's reviewing a document that Congress hasn't actually seen. Brad Milkey, ABC News.
Devin Nunes says the changes were just minor edits. More deaths due to the flu. At least 3 more children have died across the country. According to the business consulting firm Challenger Gray and Christmas, the flu season could cost companies over $9 billion in lost productivity. The retail chain Justice, popular with teenage girls, now recalling 8 makeup products after tests found asbestos in them. A couple of weeks ago, the store Claire's had the same thing happen. You're listening to ABC News.
With the stock market at all-time highs, cash in your profits now and invest in an asset that can potentially pay for up to 20 or more years. That's the sound of a producing oil well and the sound of a smart investment. If you're an SEC-defined accredited investor, you can take advantage of Encore Energy's projects. Call now to learn how you can potentially achieve 20 or more years of income and deduct 100% of every dollar invested against all forms of income. Call 1-800-803-8511. That's 1-800-803-8511. Oil investments involve a high degree of risk and actual results may vary.
It's time to join the millions of people using Zoom video conferencing. Turn any size conference room, huddle room, or executive office into a Zoom room with flawless HD video, crystal clear audio, and instant wireless sharing. It'll even work with your existing hardware. Start your meetings with a single touch or use Zoom's new voice command feature. Hey Zoom, start meeting. Huddle happy. Visit zoom.us to set up your free Zoom room trial today. That's zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
Just a terrible story from a zoo in San Jose, California. Several animals killed by a pack of roving dogs.
What's disturbing about this is that it appears that they were looking for food.
San Jose Parks and Recreation Director Angel Rios Jr. after zoo officials discovered that 2 German Shepherd mixes and a terrier are believed to have mauled 4 miniature horses and a donkey to death over 2 nights at the Happy Hollow Park Zoo. Rios Jr. has more on the attack dogs.
Pending identification of their owners, they will be euthanized.
Zoo Director Valerie Regal says security will be upgraded.
We're continuing to do everything that we can to ensure that nothing like this can happen again.
Todd Ent, ABC News.
A Virginia Tech freshman is now facing several charges after police say they caught him with an assault weapon, trying to buy thousands of rounds of ammunition.
Yoon Zong-sao is from China, and because he's not a U.S. citizen, it's against the law in Virginia for him to own the assault rifle police say he was training with last Friday. Detectives say they've been watching him for weeks and were called when he removed an AR-15 from his student gun locker. Police say that him using that rifle with a large clip is what breaks the law.
That's ABC Steve Osunsami. After reports about celebrities buying fake Twitter accounts to boost their followers, more than 1 million of those accounts have been scrubbed. Twitter isn't commenting about whether it was responsible for the purge. You're listening to ABC News.
Are you more than $10,000 in debt? Don't let the credit card companies bully you anymore. There are programs in place to help you get free of your debt, and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. Get free of credit card debt, signature loans, department store cards, internet loans, and medical bills. Total Financial Freedom has helped thousands. They're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, too. Don't go bankrupt. You'll have the right to settle your debt for a mere fraction of what you owe. Call Total Financial now at 866-844-7344. That's 866-844-7344.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
You're really missing out if you haven't tried the delicious food at Jesse James Railroad Express. Check out the burgers, clubs, hot dogs, fresh salads, taco salads, chicken and tuna salad plates, and of course, delicious Davis donuts and hand-dipped ice cream. They offer a terrific breakfast with made-to-order fresh just for you. They're open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. Call out orders at 447-4644. Jesse James Railroad Express, Railroad Avenue, Rutherford. Railroad Express has received an award for the best coffee shop and the best hamburgers and hot dogs. And mention this ad and get a regular hot dog with mustard, chili, and onions, only 99 cents, Mondays only.
Looks like we'll see increasing cloudiness today ahead of a cold front, but we'll have a stiff southwesterly wind blowing as well, and that will transport much milder air our way. We're looking for highs to get into the mid and upper 50s across the area despite all the clouds. Then tonight, mainly cloudy with a period of showers likely. That should all be over with by the morning rush hour tomorrow. Lows in the mid 30s to near 40, and then for Friday becoming mostly sunny but windy and much colder with highs in the mid to upper 40s. I'm Greg Fischel in the Weather Center.
Thanks very much, Greg, for that update. It's 32 right now. We're right at the freezer locker. We started out 36. We dropped that much already, but it doesn't usually drop that much. It usually drops about 1 or 2 degrees right about this time of the morning, but it's dropped to 32. But we got to climb back up the Sunshine Mountain to get back up to 56 degrees. Wind's going to be gusting today, 17 miles per hour. Now, starting tonight, we'll start looking at what's going to take place. We don't know yet for sure, but they're saying rain and snow likely tonight, with the precipitation amounts up to 1/4 of an inch possible tonight. And that carries over possibly to snow showers in the morning. The clearing out for tomorrow night, mostly clear tomorrow night, lows around 20. Saturday, partly cloudy, highs around 44, with wind chill value as low as 20. Saturday night, mostly cloudy with a chance of sleet or snow. About 40% chance. Sunday morning, cloudy with rain and snow likely, highs around 44. So it'll warm up and all that be well melted away. But the wind chill value on Sunday morning is going to be about 29. And we have a 90% chance of some form of precipitation on Sunday morning. Scattered showers Sunday night. And Monday, there is a chance of freezing rain. Yep. So that's what it looks right now. We're monitoring all of those situations to try to keep you posted as best we can. So right now it's 32 degrees, so you got to wrap up if you go outside this morning. Wrap up. 7 minutes after 8 o'clock, congratulations to Kelly Lovelace, who is an instructor with ICC. She won the Daylight Donuts this morning. Want to wish Kelly a happy birthday. And Ricky and Cheryl Petit celebrating their 42nd wedding anniversary. They're our newest members of the WCAB Hall of Fame. Rick is the pastor at Grace Chapel Church in Party City, and Cheryl is the postmaster over in Ellenboro. So we wish them both a happy anniversary. Now, Lou's standing by up there to take some calls for the Be Kind 2 calendar. We looks like we have dates open for Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday next week, Friday, Saturday. Well, pretty much all the month of February is open. A few dates closed. But if you'd like to celebrate a birthday for somebody, give them the honor of being recognized throughout the day, just call Lou now at 287-3356, and we'll flag those dates and be kind to you and or your friend. Now, also, you can call your questions into Dr. Bob right now at 287-3356. He'll be coming in here in about 25-30 minutes. And we'll have him on the air answering your questions about living healthy naturally. It's all just that simple. Okay?
Be the best Valentine for your Valentine. Send in a card to WCAB and be in the drawing for fabulous prizes, including dinner for two, chauffeured limousine ride to dinner, flowers, jewelry, candy, massages, and much more. Send a Valentine with your name and your sweetheart's name and your phone number. Tell us your favorite love song, and you could be the lucky winner. There'll be several daily drawings with some really nice prizes throughout the week of February the 12th. The preliminary prize winners will still be eligible for the grand prize drawing. The grand prize drawing will be held on Tuesday morning, February the 13th at around 8:45 on the morning show with Jim Bishop. The mailing address is WCAB, Post Office Box 511, Rutherfordton, North Carolina 28139, or you can just bring it to us here at 191 Whiteside Road in Rutherfordton. Now it must be in our hands no later than 8 a.m. Tuesday morning. Good luck, and stay tuned to see who is the lucky winner.
Tired of winter?
I can't stand much more of this.
Hey, we'll keep you warm till springtime arrives. Today's hits and yesterday's memories. Family-friendly AM 590, WCAB.
I know what I want from my energy company. I want to know that my power is always on and that my energy is cleaner, safer, and affordable. That's why as a Duke Energy lineman, I'm working hard to make that possible. I feel honored to serve our community. It's a good feeling knowing that I'm helping to build a smarter, reliable energy future for all of us, for my family and for yours.
Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
If your child or a grandchild is pre through K ages 5 and under, join them at the kickoff at 2018 kindergarten registration with a bang. The main event is the Kinderpalooza at the Carolina Event and Conference Center. All schools will be present at Kinderpalooza, and they present the Project Kindergarten. February the 8th, Thursday, 4 until 7 p.m. is when that takes place. The Kinderpalooza, Project Kindergarten. Not sure where your child will be enrolled or not registering your child this year? No problem. Join Rutherford County Schools for a great time this spring anyway. Face painting, tech activities, magic school bus rides, mascots, and more. Can't make it to Kinderpalooza? Join the fun, take tours, and see what it's like to be a part of the Rutherford County Schools family and special events at each elementary school from February to April. The full schedule and details are available on Facebook and at the website www.rcsnc.org/kindergarten. Kindergarten registration begins today for children born on or before August 31st, 2013.
Another question for the Tax Fact Street Team.
Hey, IRS, there are so many tax preparers out there. How do I pick one?
I'll tell you after this.
New tax laws cause many taxpayers to lose hundreds or even thousands of dollars in refunds because they or their preparer did not know the changes, and the IRS likes it that way. But there is help available. At Central Tax Service, they will get you the biggest and fastest refund allowed by the IRS, guaranteed. Do yourself and not the government a favor. Go see Roger Jolly at Central Tax Service at 542 Oak Street in Forest City, or call them at 245-0557. With a bigger and faster refund, you will be glad you did.
While most tax professionals are qualified, it's always smart to check references. Ask family and friends who they use. Be sure you get a copy of your completed form and never, ever sign a blank return.
For more, go to irs.gov.
Well, some stories from here and there this morning, and maybe some comments along the way. There was vehicles collided and a woman injured in Forest City. One woman was transported to Rutherford Regional Medical Center Wednesday morning as a result of a two-vehicle collision at the intersection of Oak Street and US 74A. Story according to the Daily Courier, Melvia Green of Forest City was taken to the hospital with minor injuries, according to Sergeant Brad Moore of the Forest City Police Department. She was driving a 2007 Dodge Caravan and was attempting to make a left turn onto Oak Street. Green was traveling eastbound, and when the light for the straight ahead traffic changed to green, she ran through the left turn signal light that was red. Her van struck a 1998 Chevrolet Astro driven by Paul Green of Mooresboro. Neither he or his passenger, David Allen Green, were injured. When the Astro was hit in the left side as they were traveling about 50 miles per hour west on US 74A, the vehicle lost control, hit the islands, and overturned. Inside the Astro were handyman tools such as hammers, sheetrock, ladders, and at least 2,000 nails that were spilled out onto the highway. The town of Forest City street crew arrived with equipment to roll all the nails off the highway. Melville Green was charged with turning in front of the Astro. The Astro was a total loss, and the Chevrolet also sustained significant damages. Up in McDowell County, more child sex crime charges filed against one man up there. They say a missing man they found on January the 19th is accused of more child sex charges and other offenses. John Wesley Connor, 50, of Marion, was charged with 4 counts of taking indecent liberties with a child, 1 of statutory rape, and 1 count of a statutory sex offense with a child by an adult, according to the sheriff's office there. He's now charged with another count, each of statutory sex offense with a child by an adult and taking indecent liberties with a child. He's also charged with altering, stealing, or destroying a criminal evidence, possession of methamphetamine, and possession of drug paraphernalia. They have been added to those charges. Family members reported him missing January the 16th. They say he told them he was threatening to harm himself. Allegations surfaced that Connor had sexual contact with the girl on multiple occasions during their investigation. Connor was found and taken into custody January the 19th. Deputies say the added charges stem from inappropriate contact with the same 11-year-old girl. Connor destroyed computer files regarding a sex offense. Deputies also found 30 grams of meth and drug paraphernalia on Connor when he was arrested, according to the police. Well, that body they found down in Gaffney, South Carolina, has been identified. Dennis Fowler, the coroner, said a passerby discovered the body near the intersection of Indian Hill and Ledmeyer Streets around 8:15 on Tuesday. The man has been identified as John Mark Lyons, 44, according to the coroner. He was identified through body tattoos, clothing, and personal items. Fowler says Lyons was reported missing September 3rd. Lyons hanged himself that day, and no foul play is suspected, according to the coroner. Well, down in Chesney area, those folks living in the Liberty, Chesney, Fingerville Water District are being asked to boil their water until further notice, following a water main break on Wednesday. According to a news release, the water main break resulted in some customers having low pressure and loss of water. Repairs were expected to be finished by 9 o'clock this morning, or yesterday morning, but the Water District is advising customers in the areas of Successful Way and on Bryant Road from US 221 to Successful Way to boil their water for at least a minute. Well, Congressman Patrick McHenry tells us he was not injured in that train crash that hit the truck yesterday. U.S. Patrick McHenry was there, was not injured, and he does ask prayers for those who were hurt after the wreck. U.S. Senator Tom Tillis also was on that same train, was also not hurt. He said a train headed to West Virginia was involved in an accident with a truck. Everyone on the train appears to be okay. Please join me in praying for those in the truck we collided with, Tillis tweeted. Authorities gave no details on the cause of the wreck, which took place at a crossing protected by gates, flashing lights, bells, and warning signs. The National Transportation Safety Board sent a team to investigate. We may have been hearing some, and it's he's really in deep trouble right now for his stupid remarks. But a teacher and city council member in Pico Rivera, California, is under investigation by the school board after he was recorded during an in-classroom rant calling military members stupid and untalented. He's a councilman, but he's also a teacher. Councilman Gregory Salcido, a teacher at El Rancho High School, said in one recorded, "We've got a bunch of dumb explicatives over there. Think about the people who you know who are over there. Your freaking stupid Uncle Louie or whatever. They're dumb explicatives. They're not like high-level thinkers. They're not academic people. They're not intellectual people. They're the freaking lowest of our low." This is what he was saying in front of the classroom about our military. The student who recorded Mr. Salcido's rant last week said it was the Marine Corps shirt he was wearing that set the teacher off. He came into class with a Marine shirt on. And I told him it was a family tradition. My dad's done it. My two uncles have done it. And I just wanted to continue that tradition because it's also something I wanted to do as a kid. And he said, and the teacher said, so if it was a family tradition to beat women, would you continue it too? Mr. Salcedo, who was elected to the Pico Rivera City Council in 1999 and served as mayor in 2002, 2010, and 2015, has yet to apologize for his behavior. It's the kind of people in some of those California classrooms. Is it any wonder kids come out of school with a mindset that anything goes? We have no respect for anything. We don't respect our flags. We don't respect our national anthems. We don't respect our police officers. We don't respect our military people. We don't expect authority whatsoever. We don't respect our parents, our teachers, anybody, because we have people in leadership roles like that who are saying salacious things about people who are giving their lives to protect us and protect our freedoms. And he's on a city council and was mayor. And he could possibly have been elected to Congress. We need to vet these people very, very carefully. Thank goodness he's way out in California and not here in North Carolina. Dr. Bob's coming in at 8:35 this morning.
Hello, this is John Higgins, pharmacist and owner of Smith's Drugs of Forest City. I would like to take this moment to thank all of our customers for their patronage and loyal support over the past year. We look forward to meeting the needs of our customers in everything we do at Smith's Drugs of Forest City. And we're grateful for you and the pleasure we have of serving the residents of Rutherford County. Have a happy and safe New Year from all of us here at Smith's Drugs of Forest City.
Rutherford Regional Health System now features its walk-in services at Forest City Family Care at 212 Allendale Drive, Forest City, just behind the Tri-City Mall. Those needing walk-in care enjoy the same great services, but now at the new location. They continue to operate Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. The scope of services remain unchanged for the walk-in patients. When you don't have an appointment but need to be seen quickly, we hope you'll choose the walk-in services now located at the rear entrance of Forest City Family Care.
You do a lot. At Northland, we do internet. You do sports. We do internet that makes games easy to stream. You do movies. We do internet that gives you a world of choices. You do family. We do internet that sounds like the real thing. And now you can get speeds up to 100 megs with internet packages starting at $29.99 a month. Call 888 Northland or visit getnorthland.com today. All rates and tax and fees not available in all areas. Additional restrictions and conditions apply. Actual speeds may vary. See getnorthland.com/offers for full details.
Have you heard the three big lies about Medicaid eligibility? First, if you need a nursing home, Medicaid will take your house. That's not true. Second, if you transfer assets, you have to wait 60 months to qualify. That's not true. And third, if you're already in a nursing home, it's too late to protect your assets. That's not true. Please call attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Kent Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm for a free consultation and learn the truth about Medicaid and eligibility and nursing home care in North Carolina. It's more likely than you think that you may qualify and not lose everything you own. Call the Arledge Law Firm today at 287-3338, located on East Court Street in Rutherford. Again, that's 287-3338. Hey, listen, my friends, if you have a bunch of land covered with trees and you want to develop the land or you want to sell the trees and make yourself extra money, call Bristol Industries. They'll buy all types of standing timber. Get a good price, too, from the company that's been in business over 30 years. They have served all of western North Carolina. If you have acres of standing timber, call Barry Ellenberg and Jacob Schuford. You might as well get top dollar for your trees, right? Jacob and Barry are trained in this business. All their loggers are insured, and you'll be dealing with a reputable company. Maybe it's time to do something with that land. It's got all those trees on it. So the place is really going to be building up here pretty soon. You might want to clear that land, and if it's cleared, it looks more appealing to builders. Call Bristol Industries, Bridgewater Chip Plant at 828-584-3335. Again, that's Bristol Industries, Bridgewater Chip Plant at 828-584-3335. Sheriff Chris Francis was on with us earlier this morning, gave us the news from the Sheriff's Department.
In the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 149 calls for service. There have been 7 arrests processed at County Jail. Currently incarcerated, we have 183. Among the arrests, Brian Lee Pruitt, 36-year-old white male of Ellenboro, was charged with probation violation, received a $3,000 secure bond. Joseph Nicholas Allen, 39-year-old white male of Greenville, North Carolina, was charged with failure to appear and received a $63,000 secure bond. Kevin Matthew Pruitt, 31-year-old white male of Forest City, was charged with failure to appear and received a $500 secure bond. Charles Dwayne Fielder, 21-year-old white male of Longdale, was charged with the violation of a domestic violence order and will see a district court judge for bond. Among the incidents, we had an assault with a deadly weapon communicating threats on Hines Road. That's where Charles Felder had ran another vehicle off the road, and he was taken into custody for that domestic violence protective order that he violated during this incident. We also had obtained property of false pretense, Piney Mountain Church Road. Someone exchanged a counterfeit $100 bill for a stereo. We had a found property, it was a pocketbook on US 221A, right there near the old bank. I believe that was a 9 West tan pocketbook. We also had ID theft on South Pea Ridge Road, where a person gave the victim's information to EMS, resulting in a charge for services that they were not responsible for. And Jim, that's what we had to report.
There are plenty of drugstores around here, but not all of them offer the personal customer service that's offered at the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton. Laura Hodge and her team know waiting in long lines is not what you want to do when you're waiting on a prescription to be filled. They understand your need for prompt and accurate service. You're not just a number to them, you're a friend. Make the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton your hometown drugstore. And if you haven't yet gotten your flu shot, be sure to go by the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton. Give them a call at 287-7117 and set up a good time for you to come by and get yours. That's 287-7117, or stop by Medicine Box of Rutherfordton for your flu shot. They're in the Napa Building, Charlotte Road, Rutherfordton.
Hard to come back. Unfortunately, we couldn't finish it off.
Other North Carolina programs in action last night. Davidson smothered LaSalle 84-65. On the pro court, Kemba Walker sank a career-high 9 3-pointers and scored 38 points to lead Charlotte to a dominant 123-110 win over the Atlanta Hawks. Arizona State and basketball coach Bobby Hurley have agreed to a 1-year contract extension. The former Duke standout Hurley led the Sun Devils to a 12-0 record during the non-conference portion of their schedule this season, and they reached number 3 in the AP Top 25. Although they're just 4-5 in the Pac-12, they're in the position to make their first NCAA tournament appearance in 4 years. This is NCN Sports.
A Democrat in the governor's mansion, an unconventional Republican in the White House, new state, House, and Senate election maps, all important factors for politics and public policy in North Carolina. What does it all mean? Carolina Journal has the answers. Available each month as a free newspaper, every day online at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal, your #1 source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
The Southern Farm Show returns to the NC State Fairgrounds January 31 through February 1st. It's your once-a-year opportunity to see over 400 companies with the latest equipment, supplies, and services. Compare prices, talk to experts, and make smart plans for the coming growing season. Plus, there's plenty for landscape and construction professionals. Don't miss the Lumberjack Show, sponsored by Steel. And Friday night is the Southern National Draft Horse Pull. Show admission and parking are free. Details at southernfarmshow.com.
Olympic athletes may be getting some unexpected company in South Korea for the games starting next week.
An arbitration court has overturned lifetime bans for doping at the 2014 games for 28 Russian athletes. The court also reinstated 7 Russian medals from the Sochi Olympics. The Court of Arbitration for Sport says it upheld the athletes' appeals because of insufficient evidence. The athletes competed in bobsled, skeleton, cross-country skiing, speed skating, and women's hockey. Russia is filing legal papers so those athletes can compete in South Korea. Peter King, CBS News.
The flu season has gotten so bad that it's shutting down a rabid triangle sports tradition. Duke University is closing down K-ville outside Cameron Indoor Stadium, the tent city where students camp to land tickets for the annual Duke-Carolina rivalry. The Durham edition of the annual game is March 3rd. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
Looks like we'll see increasing cloudiness today ahead of a cold front, but we'll have a stiff southwesterly wind blowing as well, and that will transport much milder air our way. We're looking for highs to get into the mid and upper 50s across the area despite all the clouds. Then tonight, mainly cloudy with a period of showers likely. That should all be over with by the morning rush hour tomorrow. Lows in the mid 30s to near 40, and then for Friday, becoming mostly sunny but windy and much colder with highs in the mid to upper 40s. I'm Greg Fischel in the Weather Center.
8:29 this morning, 32 degrees. It's going to be a cool day today. It's warming up to 56, but that wind's going to be gusting to about 17 miles per hour. It's going to make it feel like it's a whole lot colder than it is. And then we're watching all the weather patterns. They're deceiving us a little bit in some of the different weather patterns for the weekend. But we'll keep watching and see if indeed that snow is going to come tomorrow night. And then some freezing stuff on Sunday and Monday. We'll watch it for you. Just stay tuned to us here at WCAB, or you can always check the weather from our website at www.wcab59.com. Congratulations to Kelly Lovelace, instructor over at ICC. She won the Daylight Donuts this morning from Granny B's, and we're being kind to Ricky and Cheryl Petit on their 42nd wedding anniversary. The following program, Dr. Bob's Grocery Store Medicine and Healthy Life Anecdotes, is paid for by Dr. Bob Crummy. The opinions expressed on this program by Dr. Crummy are not necessarily those of the owner and staff of WCAB. You are invited to call your questions in live now to Dr. Bob at 287-3356. And now live in the studio, here is Dr. Bob Crummy. And Dr. Bob, good morning.
Good morning, Jim Bishop. It's great to be with you again in the beautiful Blue Room in WCAB.
Well, it's always a pleasure to have you, even on cold mornings.
It is, and I understand we're going to have a colder one in the morning.
Like
a little snow, yeah.
A little tricky weather this weekend.
I drove from here to Saluda the other day, and I was delighted because in Saluda, snow was on the ground.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be another cold few days, it looks like, and maybe some snow and some ice. We're still guessing at that right now.
We're fortunate to have a warm house, aren't we?
Yes, we are. We sure are. A warm household and fireplace. You ready to go for some questions? We got a couple here this morning.
Yeah.
One of them is, how effective are supplements like ginkgo biloba for helping us brighten your mind, your memory?
Fantastic. The ginkgo biloba especially. I saw something really interesting. You know where ginkgo biloba trees grow?
No.
In the post office. Almost every community you ride through, if you'll find the post office, there'll be a ginkgo biloba tree growing there.
Really?
Now, I don't know why. There's one on Main Street in Rutherfordton, and I think the building used to be the post office. It's kind of right one building up from the library that's on Main Street. And and that's kind of across the street from the sheriff's office, too. It used to be a chiropractor's office, and he sold it to the city, and they converted it into a law enforcement building. But
and there's a ginkgo biloba.
There's a ginkgo biloba tree on the corner there, and the interesting thing about the trees is this: it's kind of like they have beautiful little leaves, and the leaves all of a sudden in the fall they turn yellow, beautiful yellow one day, and the next day they all drop off. I had a friend who was a forestry major, and he said there were three types of trees, and there were deciduous trees, and there were evergreen trees. The deciduous ones had leaves, and the leaves fell off, and they, in seasonal kind of thing, and the other ones they stayed green all year. And then he said, and the third one was the ginkgo biloba tree, and that was somewhere in between, and that's been around for something like millions of years, they say. But there's a really great company named Gaia, Gaia, and they have moved to where is that? There's a school that's I want to say Belmont, but it's not Belmont. It's west of here, and they have a girls' school there in the summer, music and this sort of thing. And people come Brevard, North Carolina. Okay. So in Brevard, North Carolina, they have bought something like 300 acres of land, and they have it all planted in herbs. And it's open to the public. They'll give you a tour of the place. And I went there, and they had something like 6 acres of ginkgo biloba trees. That was really amazing to me. And they prune those trees, and they take the leaves off at the right time and this sort of thing. But the ginkgo biloba improves the circulation, especially in our brain. we've got tiny little blood vessels that take blood individually to the neurons, and sometimes these blood vessels kind of close off, and they don't get the blood. The brain doesn't get the blood that it needs into all the brain cells. There's just so many of them. Well, the ginkgo biloba just opens all of them up. The other thing it does too is it helps your peripheral circulation. People with cold hands and cold feet, it'll kind of warm them up because the blood starts flowing there.
Mm-hmm. Do they harvest on the ginkgo biloba tree? Do they harvest the leaves or the bark?
They harvest the leaves. Yeah. I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah. Because it was interesting because in terms of giving us a tour, I went on the tour and they said that they come out and they pick the leaves at certain times and they take them to the lab. They have chemists there, and the chemist examines a leaf in terms of how much of whatever they're looking for is in it, and they always he said it's important to get them at just the right time. Mm-hmm. And so they do that. The other thing I saw for the first time there, I'd never seen an echinacea plant, and I went to a row and there were beautiful flowers, and they were about, I guess, maybe 3 feet high, and there were about 12 rows of them. And I stood at the end of the row and I could not see all the way to the other end. Mm. That's just, it was beautiful. And it kind of make you appreciate and a really believer of herbs, and then too it'll sort of make you always want to buy Gaia things. At the health food stores they have sections, and these different companies like Gaia has their own chemists and their own doctors and their own everything, and so they have I guess every drug they take is they sell in most of the health food stores.
I'm sure you don't have an answer to this. I'm not sure who does. My curiosity always arises up. I wonder who decided that is good for your mind. Who was first to decide if you take ginkgo biloba, it'll sharpen your mind?
Well, and the fact is that the herbs have been around a lot longer, and in fact, the herbs started off, before the chemistry and the drugs and this sort of thing. And I think, let's see, I don't know what group of people use the ginkgo biloba leaves, but I do know that, and it could very well have been the American natives. The American Indians had something like 500 different herbs that they used, and they actually were very, very healthy people. They believed in Mother Earth, and they had that little tent thing they'd put you in to heat it up, and you'd sweat out things. And the interesting thing now is, if you've got any kind of illness, if you'll get in a sauna, let's say 30 minutes twice a day, in a week you're going to be well. And it doesn't matter what that is. Everything from cancer to heart disease to Alzheimer's to whatever, they say that if you do that. But you see, so many people say, that can't be true, and they don't do it. But the bottom line is, if you do something like that, you need to eat healthy, and you also need to make sure you drink plenty of fluid. And I think that probably it's important to drink, especially if we get any kind of ailment, filtered water. And, our spigot water smells like chlorine sometimes, and it got plenty of fluoride in all of it, and a lot of heavy metals and all kinds of things. So it's important to stop taking those sorts of things. But yeah, ginkgo biloba is something that has an excellent reputation.
Another question this morning.
And listen, it's very inexpensive too. Like you can get 500 of the tablets. I usually buy my stuff from SwansonVitamins.com. And they have a good reputation. But you can get something like 1,000 of those ginkgo biloba for something like $10 in a capsule form. And the nice thing is you can unscrew the capsule and, put it on a salad or put it on anything you want to, or put it in a liquid.
Can you also get that in strengths? So many milligrams, does it go up from like 100, 500?
It does, but they'll have maybe just 2 or 3 strengths, and they aren't very stern about how much you should take. Hey, take as much as you want, and take it till it works. And that one of the amusing sayings to me is, if you're taking an herb and it's not working, triple the dose. And I thought that was so funny. But on the other hand, the interesting thing is I found out that when I say that, I do it. I talk about I gargle every day, twice a day, when I get up in the morning and when I go to bed at night with hydrogen peroxide, half hydrogen peroxide, half water. Well, I do that, but sometimes I forget. Like I might forget 90% of the time. And then of all things, I'll develop a mild cough. Well, I did that 2 or 3 days ago, and the interesting thing is I wanted to test out some of my stuff, so I've got several quarts of raw honey. And I just took a teaspoon of raw honey every 30 minutes, and that annoying, irritating cough I had disappeared. But the interesting thing was, if I stopped doing it every 30 minutes, some of it would come back. So you just have to stay with it. That's right.
91-year-old female has heart palpitations and was recently diagnosed with high blood pressure. What can she do for both conditions, palpitations and high blood pressure?
Well, for the heart, it's a matter of palpitations. Let's see. I'll think of the name of the thing. It's not the juniper plant. It's something like that. Hawthorn. The hawthorn, you can get hawthorn in capsule form and just take a hawthorn capsule twice a day, and that will immediately straighten out your heart rhythm problems. For the blood pressure, you absolutely need to stick with fiber. Vegetable fiber, you can get Equate vegetable fiber, about 10 ounces of it from Walmart for something like $10. It lasts you 6 weeks. A teaspoon in a cup of warm water. Take it 30 minutes before mealtime and 2 hours after supper. And if you'll start that right away, it will correct your blood pressure right away. Now, there are some other things, believe it or not, that you can take that are herb, but if that herb works so well and it's so inexpensive, why not just use the fiber, And it will do 2 or 3 things. It'll lower your blood pressure. It also will decrease your cholesterol. And also, if you don't change your eating habits, you lose a pound a week. Now, you lose a pound a week, most people do, simply because the fiber moves things through your GI tract a little quicker and better. And because of that, you don't absorb as much from the food you eat. And so that's why you lose the weight.
Next question.
Let me add to that something to the hawthorn. The hawthorn, a lot of people will take. You said 91 years old, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay, now listen. I would say, hey, she also probably needs coenzyme Q10, and you can get the a capsule that has hawthorn berry in it, and it also has coenzyme Q10. Now, the coenzyme Q10 is just great for your heart, great for your cardiovascular system. So I would say she needs that, and I don't know of any bad side effects from it at all. Works like a charm. Hawthorn berry and coenzyme Q10, you can get it in at any health food store. You can get it in Plum Natural, and you can also get it from the place in North Dakota where I get all my
Yeah, we mentioned it a while ago.
Yeah. It'll come back to me maybe, okay.
Person had gastric bypass surgery 3 years ago, told to be careful in anti-inflammatory meds. What can they safely take for arthritis?
Well, I have had people say that I would give them something for their GI tract. I would give them aloe vera juice, or actually the aloe vera capsule you could take. And not only would it would straighten out their GI problem, but they also asked me about, does this stuff help arthritis? And I had several of them just tell me, hey, I've had arthritis, and since I've been taking the aloe vera, I don't have it anymore. So I would say try that. And there are so many other things. If one thing doesn't work, you try another thing. But I'd start off with aloe vera, and if it doesn't, just call back. Another thing, you might ask at a health food store with them what's good for that, and they'll tell you there's several things. In fact, it's kind of like in the section of the Gaia Food has, I'm sure they have certain herbs that are just good for arthritis.
What can help you sleep? Melatonin gives this person migraines. Too drugged out, taking Benadryl. What else can they take?
They can take valerian root, Valerian, and the nickname for valerian root is God's Valium. And just take one about an hour before bedtime, and then get in bed. If you're not asleep in an hour, not asleep in 20 minutes after you get in bed, take another one then. And if you're not asleep after that, like 20 minutes after that, you can take one or two more. And you just kind of figure out the dosage. Most of the time, just one will do it. But also, something like kava kava, like a lot of people, if they'll just take kava kava during the day, one capsule twice a day, at night they're relaxed, they don't have any trouble with sleep. There are a lot of good things you can take, yeah. And by the way, both those things, kava kava and valerian root, are very inexpensive.
Another question. What is good to use for creepy skin, especially in the neck area?
Creepy skin in the neck.
Crepey skin.
Crepey skin.
Especially in the neck area.
Well, I would say probably any good kind of skin oil that you get, skin cream that you get, would be worth trying. Now, you might also, if you're trying something like that and you don't get the results you want, you might also, like 1 hour take that, and then an hour later rub your neck down with witch hazel. The witch hazel would basically get rid of wrinkled-like areas, and it's good to use.
Okay. Next question. What's good for females for the hot flashes after a hysterectomy?
There's something called Donqua, 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 and that's a Chinese herb. Comes in a capsule form, and when you take Donqua, you also should take a red clover tablet or capsule, and also a zinc tablet. So a zinc tablet, a red clover, and Donqua will absolutely do a fantastic job for you. Now you can take it, and if you don't get the results you want, every 6 hours take that, and I promise you'll get them, the results.
Okay. Next question. Listener called. She cannot afford $130 for Tamiflu, so the doctor told her to get black elderberry syrup. What do you think about that?
That has a history of work, and that's a good stuff. Black elderberry, any kind of berries is really good, for almost any kind of problem we have. Simply because it's got so many vitamins and minerals and everything in it. It's got everything in it, so you're going to hit the stuff you really need to improve your condition.
And elderberry syrup that's available at health food stores and something like that, where you can get that?
Yeah, I would say it's probably available just in any drug, like Ingles in their department there across from the pharmacy area, where the aspirin and vitamins and stuff like that. And just ask the pharmacist, they'll tell you where it is. Mm-hmm. But almost any grocery store should have it.
Okay. That's the last question we had called in this morning, but I know you always come wired for comments.
Oh boy, we got a little time, don't we? That's wonderful. Do. Well, listen, we've talked a little about, I'd like to mention now things that I write down and just want to remind folks, because if you're aware of these things, it can really help you. And I'm just going to mention, very quickly, aloe vera juice for any kind of GI problem. Anything from your mouth to your anus, aloe vera juice works like a charm. Olive oil is fantastic, either to drink a swallow of it every day or rub it on your skin. So, skin condition, olive oil, any kind of internal condition, swallow or two of it. Hydrogen peroxide is fantastic. And I talked about half hydrogen peroxide, half water, gargling with it twice a day in the morning when you get up, and at night right before you go to bed. Raw honey, fantastic. Supposedly the greatest antibiotic available, great for any kind of allergies you have. Garlic and herbs. Dr. Brahmer's peppermint soap. Dr. Brahmer's peppermint soap, you can get that at most grocery stores. Now, I know that Ingles has it. Kudzu. Kudzu, any kind of GI problem, and you can always call the kudzu queen and king, Edith and Henry. Kudzu also is very inexpensive. You can get capsules of kudzu from Swanson. That's where I was trying to think of a while ago, Swanson vitamins. And I think you can get about 100 of the capsules probably for something like $5, maybe $10. The multivitamin tablet, everybody should have one, especially over 45, and just take it every day, one a day. Alternative medicine newsletters. There are so many good alternative medicine newsletters, and it's helpful to take one of them. Learn the computer and learn how to use a search box, because you can always type the name of an herb in, and the search box will tell you everything about it. Let's see. Raspberry dandelion is a tea, and that tea is just sort of good for general kinds of problems. Hemp is really great, especially CBD now, and you're going to hear a lot about CBD. CBD is so good that the pharmaceutical companies are already slipping money to doctors to try to discredit it because it's curing just about everything that you have. Now, hemp in the CBD form is legal in all 50 states, and you can get it at any health food store, and it's pretty inexpensive. Now, like $30 will get you a month's supply of it. But the beauty of it is they've got a handout in there. You can go into Plum Natural, and they'll give you a handout, and you sit down at the little table and read the handout and see if you need it. But they have, it's good for almost every disorder that mankind has. Ginger, CBD, and phenytoin are all good things to take generally for any kind of ailment that you have, from just mild confusion to agitation to just feeling ill at ease. Boy, I was pleased. I went to, the other thing I want to mention is you see this advertised on TV a lot. Resetogen, Resetigen, Resetogen D. Now, Resetogen D is supposed to be good for aging, and supposedly when we age we are more susceptible to all these things. So basically speaking, if you start taking Resetogen on a daily basis, you will boost your immune system. You will feel 20 years younger or 10 years younger, and they really help you. Now, here's why it helps you. Because they kind of search and see what vitamins and minerals and herbs do we need. And they have 31 ingredients in them. And the ingredients are all top quality things. Vitamins A, C, D, E, and K. Thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, vitamin B6, folic acid, vitamin B12, biotin, biotin, pantothenic acid, calcium, magnesium, zinc, selenium, copper, manganese, chromium, molybdenum, iron, chlorine, choline. Let me mark through that one. CHOLIN. Silica, boron, phosphorus, lutein, zeaxanthin, chloride, and vanadium. Now, with all those things in it, you see, they say, hey, those are the things you need to retard aging, to make you younger, that you really need for your thing. And almost anything you see that's going to be advertised like that on TV, they guarantee it. They'll refund your money if it doesn't work, but they all work because all of them will have something like, they'll say 31 pure ingredients in Resetogen D capsules.
And that's not a prescription. That's
right, not a prescription.
Yeah. Okay.
You see it advertised on TV.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think I'm pretty sure you can get. I know things like this. Believe it or not, you see them advertised on TV, but you can also buy them through Swanson Vitamins. Swanson Vitamins, they have those things, and sometimes they'll sell them at a cheaper price than you can buy them in the stores.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have to watch out ordering those sometimes, don't you? Because they want to put you on an automatic.
Ooh, I have been burned sometimes with that. Yes, you certainly do. But usually, like I said, those are pretty good things. But you don't have to take them like they say take them. They'll say maybe take 2 a day or something like that. You can get by. You can start off with that, and that works real well. But once you get over the hump, whatever that means, you can get by just as well on 1 tablet every other day. You know, that kind of thing.
But Dr. Bob, we got about 2 seconds. Any final words in 2 seconds?
Well, I enjoyed it today, and I look forward to next Thursday.
Let's see you next week. You folks have a wonderful day. I'll see you back here bright and early tomorrow morning.
Responded last year to questions about a Trump Tower meeting during the campaign. A statement last summer said it had been about Russian adoptions, although it later came out that it was all about getting dirt on Hillary Clinton. CBS News senior legal analyst Andrew Cohen says it raises a number of issues.
This latest story highlights both how hard it must be for Mueller to sort through these conflicting stories to try to get to the truth of the matter, but also how poorly Trump officials behaved during those moments. Even they reportedly understood what they were doing was shady or worse, or at least could be perceived that way by reasonable people.
Levels of Gen X were measured at 16 times higher than the recommended health goal at Kim Orr's Fayetteville work site in December. In November, the State Department of Environmental Quality required Kim Orr's to stop discharging wastewater containing Gen X into the Cape Fear River. Timmy Berger lived in Bladen County for 16 years and tells WECT News.
My first reaction to it when they just said they would come out and test it was that they're moving in the right direction.
Weeks after a false alarm sent Hawaiians scrambling, there has been another failure in its missile defense system.
I'm Peter King. This was an interceptor that's supposed to shoot down incoming missiles as part of a joint defense project with Japan. The Missile Defense Agency says it was launched from the Pacific Missile Range at Kauai. It's the third test since last June, with only one success.
A Henderson County woman who pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter and the death of her boyfriend is now accused of threatening an ex-boyfriend as well. 29-year-old Morgan Bishop was originally arrested